Guys, you're tuned into the Wednesday edition of the Now Morning Show. And on Wednesdays, it's Have a Woman Crush. So you have variety as my guests are going to make sure that we give you a true talk, no lie, keeping it real, see what I did there, and introduce you to an event that you want to add to your calendar. On the 18th to the 20th of October, you're heading to Central Bank Auditorium for True Talk, No Lie, a production of D-Real Productions. To have that conversation, I'm joined by the producer, Patrice Edwards, and Saran Clark, the lead actress.
Yes.
Ladies, good morning and welcome to the Now.
Good morning, Miss Williams, and good morning to all of your viewers.
I don't think I've been called Miss Williams in a while. I was sure for a second there. But I appreciate that. Because you are somebody who has channeled particularly difficult or probably under-discussed topics into the world of theatre for us. True Talk, No Lie is your first production, and inaugural, if you will, but tackling heavy-hitting things like ADHD and the spectrum of learning disorders. What inspired that movement?
Listen, True Talk, No Lie is really and truly something that's going to be spectacular. Imagine you're living with your estranged ex, right? And you find out that, well, that's something in itself to deal with. And then you find out that your daughter is on the spectrum, your 6-year-old daughter is on the spectrum. And there are so many things that comes with that in terms of you having that self-doubt, that blame, you're blaming the partner, you're feeling isolated, and then there are so many issues that the child goes through, that it's really something that I thought that the public needs to know about, that we need to discuss.
Now, Saran, in terms of being the lead, that must have been a little intimidating when you get that type of script with such a heavy-hitting topic. What was your initial thought?
I said, oh my goodness. So reading the script, you know, I said it felt a little overwhelming. I'm looking at the character and I'm saying, wow, this is a lot to deal with. And then I decided to ask, you know, parents who have autistic children, you know, about their lives, and ask, okay, well, because I wanted to be authentic to the character, you know, I didn't just want to read a script and just have my influence without getting proper information, you know, so doing the research is important. And, you know, talking to Patrice, talking to a friend of mine that lives abroad, I wanted to find out, you know, okay, how do you cope? And so when she sent me some videos, the hair on my back stood up. And I said, this is every day. And I said, and I have my 3 girls, and I teach, and I'm saying, this takes a different level of patience and a measurable amount of love, and like I call them superheroes, because it's a lot. So when I looked at the videos and I spoke to a friend of mine abroad, and I said, well, how do you cope with your son? And he says, well, it's a lot. He said it's occupational therapy, it's physiotherapy, it's speech therapy, and his son is nonverbal. And he was speaking about the spectrum, and then talking to Patrice as well. I said, wow, this is a lot. So it allowed me to inform my character a little more in terms of how overwhelmed she felt. So, you know, when you look at people who are single parents and you think, okay, they have a lot to deal with, when you add feeling like you're on your own and dealing with an autistic child, it's like, whoo. So it helped me.
Well, you definitely said it would be spectacular, and that is in many ways.
Yes.
Tell me though, as much as it's a heavy-hitting conversation, will we be entertained? Are we looking more of laughs and...
Listen, Penelope Spencer wrote this play, and I think it was divine intervention that she, you know, agreed to do this. I really am appreciative of her. And Deborah Buku-Mason is directing. So this is going to be a true blend of comedy and reality. And it's definitely, you don't want to miss it.
Now, granted that this is relatively a new company, as you said, relatively new in terms of the theatre scene, how did that alliance form? You said it was divine intervention.
Yes.
Share with us.
So I was driving along the highway and I ended up in an accident where I wrote off my car. Oh. And while I was hanging upside
just now. So she just
quite divine.
So while I was hanging upside down, probably hit my head a little too hard to decide to do all of this. But while I thought to myself, you know what, I could have died just now. I would have left the earth, and I didn't do anything to make a mark for my daughter. I didn't do anything to help her. I didn't raise any awareness to make the world a better place for her. And as a past student, of Necessary Arts, big of Necessary Arts, I said, let me call Penny. She's the right person who is going to get it. She's going to get this message across, and she's going to make us cry from laughing, and just feel inside. And she really, really did that with her writing. Every single time I go to rehearsal, I laugh. Every single time I go to rehearsal, between the amazing cast and the amazing direction, I feel like I want to cry. So definitely.
Happy tears and emotional.
That's right.
Yeah. Thorough.
Yes.
Now, that experience of being under the helm of Penny, as we like to say, and Deborah must have its own sort of experience for you as an actress. So tell me a little bit, Saran, as to what the backstage experience is like in the lead up to the show.
Penny and Deborah are like stalwarts. I mean, they are the pillars, and the woman as a foundation. You feel empowered.
Nice.
Deborah, I was working with Deborah because we went to university together. So she pulled me into what we call commercial theater. And then I met Penny on stage. We were working with Efibo. So working with them again feels like your brain feels massaged. You're coming back to a world where, you could live and breathe and be somebody else, but you're learning from the experienced ones. So you feel like, you're the presence of the oracles.
Kid them. That is a real perfect compliment for anybody in any sphere. Your brain is being massaged. It's a muscle. It needs that attention. But in terms of what you hope that viewers take away from this experience, there is a powerful message that is very personal to you. But how would you describe the experience from someone watching the execution? What do you hope that they take?
I hope that they take away that a child with autism is not someone to be feared, or a child who has autism is somebody who, is just like every other child who's different. We are all different. Everybody here on set is different, and we have to be we have to be accepted for differences more than stigmatized. So
well, this is a
message.
Celebration of those differences.
Yes.
That I'm curious, it took months of preparation, years of preparation. How long were you looking at before it went from script to stage?
I would say it was a couple months, and definitely when we got into it, everything just started to flow. So that's what I remember. It seemed like divine intervention. Everything that started to flow from set to cast. So the amazing cast includes, of course, we have our lead, Miss Saran Clark. We have Kern Samuel. We have Natasha Lake. We have DJ Rockers. We have Siobhan. She's going to kill me this morning. Thank you very much. We have Rachel Bascom, and we have Nicole Wong Chung.
So funny that I know most of your cast.
Yes.
But I'm
These are veterans in the business.
Clearly. I'm interested in seeing how they come together. And so if you used to tell us, who is the most difficult person on set? And if the name starts with J, it's not surprising. By chance? Does it rhyme with Korean? No. Kind of.
No, I love the cast. We have a really nice chemistry and energy. It's fun working, so you look forward to coming to rehearsal.
Beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck, because we are getting ready for the opening show on the 18th at the Central Bank Auditorium. How do we get tickets?
So tickets are everywhere. We have tickets at all Extra Food supermarkets. We have tickets at K-Squared Fashions, all the branches from north to south. We have Island E-tickets. We have box office opening today from 12:30 to 6 p.m. until showtime.
All right, so that we're heading to the Central Bank Auditorium for True Talk No Lie, a production of D-Ray Productions, making sure that our stories are told. Guys, this is the Now Morning Show, and we say thank you very much to our guest, Patrice Edwards, the producer, and our lead actress, Saran Clark.
Thank you.
Who will give us some inspiration, if you will, as we take this next commercial break and come back with more entertainment on the Now.